Hi, my name is Chris, and this is my 2017 Triumph Street Scrambler, and it might just be the most thrashed street scrambler in the world. Ooh. So if you're not familiar with my channel, it's mostly kind of adventures and stories. I rode up to Alaska and back. I went from Key West to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, and then back down to New Orleans. And I have a series that you can watch on YouTube for free. And I've also been traveling around the US on my bike, and I'm calling that Scramble of the States, and I'm currently in the middle of that. So right now we're in Arizona. We're just outside Tucson. This is off of Reddington Road. It's just, it's kind of a dirt road that goes around Mount Lemmon. And here we are on this little hill. Well, so, you know, like I said, I rode this bike 16,000 miles to Alaska and back. And you can see my front rim is bent. It was bent in one spot kind of bad and another spot not too bad. But recently in Arizona, I hit a big hole and... Oh shit! I don't think it on this side was this bad. I think it's gotten worse. I think I just hit the hole perfect, because that's pretty much as bad as the other side. And really the other side was the bad side. Bike's been dropped a couple times. No! Whoa. Ah! Damn. I have a dent that I put in the gas tank. I mean, I didn't put it in the gas tank. I low-sided when I had the bike was about 3 weeks old, and I was trying to get comfortable sliding around the rear end, and I low-sided it and put a good old dent there in the tank. Recently in Arizona, I hit a big hole. Oh. Something that, you know, longer travel suspension would have saved me from, but I low-sided then again. I sheared off my passenger peg, but I fixed that recently. But I flattened my engine dresser bar and put a little dent in my my Vance & Hines exhaust. Other than that, I mean, it's just a well-used bike. I mean, I didn't buy this bike to kind of polish it up. I bought it to ride it. So it's got about 50,000 miles on it. It's been ridden in all kinds of conditions, extreme cold. Well, extreme cold for a motorcyclist. It's probably been ridden down the 20s. Maybe I rode it in between the teens real quick, but lots of riding in the 40s and up. Lots of riding in rain. I've ridden in areas with some snow. The Dalton Highway in Alaska had calcium chloride, and that definitely has caused a little areas of my bike to get rusty a little bit, which I'll eventually take care of. You know, this bike is essentially going to be retired one of these days. Not retired in the fact that I'm never going to ride it, just retired that it's going to become a more around town motorcycle, and, you know, hey friends, hop on this bike if you're visiting kind of bike. For the moment, I'm still traveling, so I'm going to be traveling on this bike. But eventually I'm going to get the Scrambler 1200 probably, and then I'll be traveling on that bike. But until that, this is it. This is home. This is my van life, which I like. It's not as comfortable as a van, but I think it's way cooler and it's way more fun. So I've done a lot of videos in the past about this bike and accessories and stuff I've put on, but I've never really gone over my bike, and this is pretty much it in its final stage, because other than needing to fix my rims and get new rear suspension, for the most part, this bike is done, and it's time to get another bike. I love this bike, so it's not going anywhere. It's just I need something a little more suspension travel. The more I go off-road, the more I'm hitting the limitations of this bike, and when it gets pretty bumpy, ooh, baby. that's the limitations of this bike. I need something with a little more ground clearance and better suspension travel and longer travel. I kind of really want to get a Scrambler 1200. So would it be weird to have 2 Scramblers? Yeah, probably. Am I gonna do it? Yeah, probably. But yeah, so I'm just gonna take you through a couple of my favorite like modifications, things that you might not know about even if you've watched all my videos. So, you know, for one, I got this Vance & Hines 2-in-1 exhaust. You know, it's not the best looking in my opinion, but it sounds awesome. It doesn't look bad. I just think there's better, even the stock actually I think looks really good. But it sounds good, and I got it for $160 shipped from England. So, hard to beat. There's a lot of modifications I've made on my bike to take it more off-road. So that's things like the foot pegs, which are from a Triumph Tiger, I believe. The engine dresser bars, which you can see on this side right here. I recently flattened that side, having a good little spill. I put bark busters on to protect my levers, which this one took a pretty bad hit recently. I gotta fix that a little bit. I did get the rear brake caliper relocation kit from Free Spirits, and it was a bit tough to get working. But there's just a trick to it, is you gotta put a washer underneath your ABS ring on your rear wheel, and that kind of moves the ring a little bit farther away so that it actually is closer to the sensor, because the bracket puts the sensor a little too far away. So that's been very useful, especially here where it definitely would be destroyed. This skid plate, this is for a 2019 and up Street Scrambler, but it works on the older models. That's been really key because I definitely had taken some hits and it doesn't look so pretty anymore. Ooh! I took the shifter off the Scrambler 1200, which is folding, in case I drop it on that side. And yeah, I don't have, if you notice, I do have indicators, but they're the really small analog motorcycles or analog designs. But anyhow, I got these indicators that are really tiny and, you know, kind of like that. So certainly I did a lot of stuff to this bike for aesthetic reasons, my own personal stuff. Like I like the bar end mirrors better than the stock mirrors. But a lot of it is really for function. I mean, the tail rack, it's because I travel on this bike, definitely a function thing. I have the rugged pannier from Triumph, and that bag has stayed waterproof, and I've ridden in the rain a lot. The bench seat, I do like the way the bench seat looks over the stock seat. The stock seat looks cool too, but I do like the bench seat. But it is a lot more comfortable for a passenger and still good to strap a bag on the back. So, you know, that's good. Yeah, the Dart fly screen. I mean, I got used to the looks of it, but mainly just I ride on the highway enough that it you know, made sense. Knobby tires for when I'm doing gnarly stuff, or trying to. Center stand, mainly because I need to be able to fix stuff. You know, I took my rear wheel off last week at the side of a trail when I got a flat. So the center stand for me has been a big key. A lot of stuff that helps me for the kind of riding I do, which is traveling, riding off-road, riding in the street. So, you know, and that includes protection for the bike. This is kind of sandy, I should go faster. Whoa, 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 whoa. I still have zero regrets on getting it. I still have zero desire to get rid of it. Like I said, even getting another Scrambler to get into 1200, I don't want to get rid of this bike. I have too many memories with it and I enjoy it too much, so. But yeah, check out some other videos, but check out my Scrambled Estates. You want to see me traveling around, riding this bike off-road, riding around the different cities. And I also tell stories about places when I'm there. I try to anyway. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below, or just comment to say hi. It always is really helpful for me. Otherwise, you know, like, subscribe if you're into that, and take care and scramble on. And here comes Merrick.